County attorney tells WOWT 6 News that a 12-year-old accused of murder has waived extradition.
Jarrell Milton, found late last night in Minnesota, can now be brought home.
Matthew Smith has been tracking this story. He joins us live.
John Mallard, the process happens very quickly from here. I'm told that he could be picked up as soon as tomorrow. He could see a judge before the end of this week. Now, tonight we're actually out here live where the alleged murder took place, where these three boys are accused of actually pulling guns on these two men. The people I talk with tonight are the loved ones of one of the people that is accused of being involved. They tell me this appears to be a sharp turn from the young man he was becoming.
It's just crazy seeing Tay on news.
Durante Stevens can't believe what he's hearing.
So it's like as soon as he turned to the streets, he just went all wrong.
Shontavious Primes Willis is one of three murder suspects now in police custody. While many have been shocked that a 12-year-old is involved, Stevens is more distraught over the 15-year-old he thought of as family.
This happened over a 4-week period. A kid went from good to bad that quick. This is when parenting starts.
Stevens thinks issues at home forced Primes Willis to the streets. While he knew the boy his whole life, he'd recently become his drill coach. He hoped he'd be part of a winning tradition, that he'd find purpose in a family that wasn't blood. For those investigating the June homicide these boys are now linked to, the stories of youth being linked to violence, those are becoming too familiar.
It's just an example of a problem. When you've got a 12-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 17-year-old committing this kind of crime, it's evidence that there's something wrong.
On Wednesday, 100 people gathered to talk about an action plan to save lives. This empowerment meeting is about the pictures you don't see in the news, the lives saved. But for a young man that some say could have been anything, the message got to him too late.
We talked and he just looked. I was about to shed some tears because I could just tell he was on the run and the streets was basically his home.
That's Matthew Smith reporting, and Stevens said he wishes he could have reached Shontavious sooner.
He told us that he's seen bad kids before, but never thought that a future like this was in store for the 15-year-old.